January, a month of fresh starts, new resolutions, and that feeling that anything is possible. But have you ever stopped to wonder why the year begins right here, in the cold heart of winter? It seems a bit strange, doesn't it? Well, today we're diving into the surprising history of January. A story that takes us from the battlefields of ancient Rome, all the way to our modern digital calendars. The answer is far more fascinating than you might think. Believe it or not, for a long time, January didn't even exist. Let's rewind to around 750 BC, in the earliest Roman calendar. Supposedly created by Rome's founder, Romulus, the year was a tidy 10 months long. It kicked off in March, which makes sense because that's when spring begins. Crops are planted, and military campaigns would start. The calendar ran through Martis, Aprilis, Maius, and so on, all the way to December. And after December, nothing. The bleak, cold, winter months were just a nameless, dateless gap. It was a period of inactivity, so the Romans simply didn't bother to count it. Imagine living in a year where 2 whole months were just a long, unnamed weekend. This changed with Rome's second king, a thoughtful and religious ruler named Numa Pompilius. Around 715 BC, he decided the calendar needed a serious upgrade to better align with the cycles of the moon. So, he added 2 new months at the very end of the year. After December, these were Annuarius and Februarius, or January and February. January was named in honor of a very special Roman god, Janus. If you've ever seen a depiction of Janus, you'll notice he has 2 faces. One face looks backward into the past, and the other looks forward into the future. Because of this, Janus was the god of beginnings, endings, doorways, transitions, and passages. The Romans believed he watched over every gateway, both literal and metaphorical. Naming a month after him was a powerful symbol of transition, but at this point, it was still at the end of the year, not the beginning. So, how did January jump from the back of the line to the very front? For that, we need to thank one of history's most famous figures, Julius Caesar. By 46 BC, the Roman calendar was a complete mess. It had drifted so far out of sync with the seasons that festivals were being celebrated at the wrong time of year. Caesar, a brilliant military general and a savvy politician, decided to fix it once and for all. He consulted with the best astronomers and introduced a new system, which we now call the Julian calendar. One of his most significant reforms was officially making January 1st the first day of the new year. Why that specific date? It was a political move. In the Roman Republic, the 2 highest-ranking political officials, the consuls, began their 1-year term in office on January 1st. These were the men who led the government and the army. Caesar wanted the civil year, the year of the people, to align perfectly with the political year. By starting the calendar on the same day the new leaders took power, he created a sense of order and a unified starting point for everyone. This decision cemented January's place as the beginning of everything. But the story doesn't end there. The Julian calendar was good, but it wasn't perfect. It slightly overestimated the length of a year, and over centuries, it started to drift away from the solar year again. By the 16th century, the calendar was off by about 10 days. So, in 1582, Pope Gregory XIII introduced another reform, giving us the Gregorian calendar, the one most of the world uses today. His main goal was to correct the drift and make sure Easter fell at the right time. But when he made these adjustments, he kept one crucial part of Caesar's system. January 1st remained the official start of the new year. Over the next few centuries, country by country, the Gregorian calendar was adopted across Europe, the Americas, and eventually the globe, bringing January with it. And that brings us to today. The reason we make New Year's resolutions and feel that sense of a clean slate in January isn't just a modern invention. It's a tradition with roots stretching back thousands of years. January, named for the 2-faced god, Janus, has always been about looking back at what we've learned while looking forward to what's ahead. It's a month that embodies the very idea of a turning point and a fresh start. So, the next time you write the date in January or say Happy New Year, you're not just marking a day, you're participating in an ancient Roman tradition. A political decision made by Julius Caesar over 2 millennia ago that continues to shape how every single one of us experiences time. Pretty amazing, right? Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories behind the things we take for granted. See you next time.